Hey, this is William Baxter.
And this is Asher.
And this is that review show, and we are doing our review of Avengers: Infinity War. We went to go see it this past Friday, and I was blown away. This has turned out to be one of my favorite Marvel films of all time. The Captain America Winter Soldier is my favorite, but I have to say this is a combination of 10 years of Marvel, the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It started on the 2nd of this month. It started with this film right here, Iron Man.
That was like 4 when that came out, right?
About that, yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, and then we got a Captain America, Thor, and a Hulk movie. Not in that order. And then all of a sudden we got the first Avengers movie, which was a runaway hit. And then, of course, now, 10 years later, we get the Avengers Infinity War film, which pits, because at the end of the Avengers film, we get this teaser of Thanos being the one that you find out was the one that sent Loki's army to New York. And then you get to see Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy, and you get to see him briefly in Age of Ultron. But this movie picks up directly after the post-credit scene of Thor Ragnarok. I have to say that this film, I'm not going to give much spoilers, but there are some deaths that are surprising. But I have to say that I was for a 3-hour film, you wouldn't think this was a 3-hour film. It was fast pacing. The Russo brothers, who directed Winter Soldier and Civil War, done it again, and I'm glad that they're doing this film and the following Avengers 4 untitled yet film. But Asher, what was your favorite part of this film?
Battle of Wakanda and that scene with on Titan with them fighting Thanos.
Yeah. I have to say, when it came to Thanos as a villain, Josh Brolin did a really great job. And those who don't know Josh Brolin, and he was in the film No Country for Old Men, and he also played the older brother in Goonies,
which I just found out.
So, but he's done a lot of other good films in the past few years. Then you can find out, Thanos, what is Thanos' reasoning for why he's doing it, even though he's committing genocide. He's got a plan that he believes that he's doing the right thing by creating balance in the universe. And then that's why he's trying to collect the Infinity Stones. It's these stones that you've been seeing throughout all these Marvel films. And then he's got this Infinity Gauntlet that was made, this glove that, holds all the stones. And it gives him all complete powers. By snapping his finger, he can change reality in a heartbeat. So I was intrigued by it. I think he is now the best villain that Marvel's ever had. I think Marvel's really saved up, because a lot of their other villains have been throwaway villains, villains that just get killed in that movie that once. Baron Zemo, I think, has been, probably Loki, Baron Zemo, and Thanos have been the best villains so far, in my opinion. But what do you think, Asher? Do you think the Thanos has been the best villain so far in these films?
I do have to say that Baron Zemo and Thanos were pretty equaled.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, though, one of my favorites in this film was, seeing Spider-Man in the Iron Spider outfit.
I didn't think it was going to be the Iron Spider suit. I was just thinking it was probably some kind of Iron Man related suit, but not really the Iron Spider with like the leg.
Yeah, the legs came out in the back, which is, a spoiler alert, sorry, but and there's plus, Peter Parker doing a lot of movie references stuff, and
the aliens.
But the interaction with the characters were like unbelievable and everything. You can tell that these guys really got along and enjoyed what they were doing. When you see Dr. Strange and Tony Stark interact with each other, because they're both like magnets pointing north at each other and not getting, they didn't really get along, and they're both cocky, arrogant jerks, and they really just couldn't get along at first. Of course, seeing the Guardians, meeting up with Thor, and Thor basically, saying, "I'm taking this," and Peter Quill's like, "No, you're not," and then Thor's taking it anyway, and Drax is, basically falling in love with Thor, and he's like, when you see the trailer, or you see it in the scene that in the trailer, there's this. This is not a dude. You're a dude. This is a man, a very handsome, muscular man. And then Gamora's looking at him like it's his muscles, or like got muscles, and then Drax is like saying it's like a pirate made love with an angel and had him. It's these moments. All the characters had their moments in the spotlight in this film, and it was absolutely perfect. I absolutely loved this film. I give it a 4 out of 4 stars. What do you give it, Asher?
9.
9 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I was really just, I was just blown away. It's 10 years worth of wait. And those who hadn't seen it, go out and see this film. It was, if you've seen it already, go out and see it again. This film is worth the double watching, and I just cannot, praise this film enough, and I cannot wait for the next Infinity or what was originally called Infinity Wars Part 2, which comes out next year. And there's one little scene that is at a post-credit scene. There's only one post-credit scene in this movie, and it's at the very, very end. Do you think that one is a pretty good post-credit scene?
It's probably like the second best one.
Yeah, it's where Nick Fury and Maria Hill are driving in the city. It's only probably the only real spoiler I'm going to get you. But, they are driving the city, and they almost get into a car accident. This car comes veering off and almost hits them. And they go out to investigate and see if the driver's okay, and they find out that the driver's disappeared. And then all of a sudden, Maria Hill starts disappearing, and Nick Fury runs to his bag to get this old pager that looks like it's been souped up a little bit. And he starts trying to text somebody, and then he realizes he's disappearing, and he goes, "Oh, mother," and then disappears completely. And then before he drops it and everything, when he drops it, it lands to the ground, and then you see this symbol, and the symbol is actually Captain Marvel's symbol, which indicates that Captain Marvel will be in Avengers 4 shortly after she has her film, which comes out next year. The next Marvel film is going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I was absolutely, I said, once again entertained. Go out, see this movie. I also want to say I'm sorry I haven't been giving much movie reviews lately of the past year. Just been busy. Asher, I want you to thank anybody who's been watching his live gaming streams in the past few months. He's been having a fun time trying that out, so he can start his own channel eventually. And also, if you know anybody who likes movies or into movie reviews and stuff like that, or likes talking about movies, introduce them to this channel. We're getting some pretty good views, and getting more subscriptions here and there, so have them subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button on this video and share this video. If you've seen the movie, tell us what was your favorite part of the film and everything on the comments below. And again, check out the rest of our videos here and there and everywhere around. You can see on the screens here in YouTube. Again, I'm William Baxter.
This is Asher.
And this has been That Review Show here on the William Baxter Experience.